Rome, the city of marble columns and undefeated legions. But behind that gleaming armor, there was a darkness that even history books were afraid to write about. Today, we're tearing off that marble mask. Welcome to Ancient Echoes. If you're ready, we're going deep into Rome's darkest secrets. The streets of Rome didn't just smell like greatness, the real smell was sewage and decay. But the truly stomach-turning part? The Romans had a full-blown obsession with urine. To them, it was everything from teeth whitener to laundry detergent. Vespasian was determined to save the state from bankruptcy, and he came up with a brilliant, if revolting, idea: taxing public restrooms for urine collection. When his son Titus pushed back and said, "Father, are we really going to take money from the toilets?" Vespasian held a gold coin right up to his son's nose and spoke those legendary words: "Pecunia non olet." Money doesn't stink. The Roman economy had been literally rebuilt on the waste of its own people. Can you imagine finding out your toothpaste had urine in it? Gladiators weren't superheroes, they were property. Most were slaves trained to die in the arena, but one of them shook the very foundations of Rome. In 73 BC, a Thracian gladiator named Spartacus launched a rebellion for one thing only: freedom. What started with 70 gladiators grew into an army of 120,000. Rome was terrified, genuinely, existentially terrified, of this so-called slave army at its gates. When the revolt was crushed, 6,000 slaves were crucified along the Appian Way as a warning to anyone who dared to dream of freedom. That road, stretching for miles, became the greatest monument to Rome's ruthlessness. Rome never promised you freedom. It only expected your obedience. Let's pause here for a second. The more you see Rome's brutal discipline and its overwhelming power, the more you can't help but wonder. If the Roman Empire had never fallen, if it existed today with modern technology, what kind of world would we be living in? More ordered and efficient? Or a far darker dystopia? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to know what you think. Absolute power poisons the mind, and no emperor was more poisoned by it than Commodus, the Gladiator emperor. After succeeding a father as wise as Marcus Aurelius, Commodus became convinced he was the reincarnation of Hercules. Instead of ruling from the throne, he would descend into the arena and fight as a gladiator. There was just one small problem. His opponents were either crippled beforehand or forced to fight him with wooden swords. He was a narcissist who slaughtered innocent people in front of a live audience and expected applause. In the end, he was strangled to death in his own palace. In his own bath, Rome was being eaten alive from the inside by the very monsters it had created. Why did Rome end? Not just because of outside enemies. When morality collapsed, when emperors went mad, and when the people were kept asleep with nothing but bread and circuses, the fall was inevitable. Rome's collapse didn't happen in a single day, but its erasure from memory took centuries. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep hearing the echoes of the past. History doesn't live on dusty shelves. It lives in the shadows of today. Next episode, we're going even deeper into the secrets of the ancient world. Stay tuned